Hi, John again. I'm just going to run the video again and call Australia, the President's office, Bruce Atkinson. He's the Legislative Council President, and try and get the number again, because the last video I couldn't get through because I left the 3 out. So we're going to try again. I'll get the recording so that we have it on record. What I'm doing here is Kahaki Wanoa, Auckland, New Zealand. It's Tuesday, 23rd of December 2014, as being the opening day of Parliament, the 58th Parliament in Victoria, Australia, as their authority to Queen Victoria. What they wanted to do is to make an act and swear the oath to Queen Victoria, while what's wrong with Queen Elizabeth, they've been with for a long time, is corrupted. She's left Westminster, vacated the position as Queen of England and Queen of anybody, and is the CEO now of her private companies. So this is they've got a problem. New Zealand's got a problem. America, Canada, Australia, New Zealand and Britain has got a problem. They have got a problem because they have no monarch, and Australia's trying to wiggle their way to just help themselves to Victoria, while Britain hasn't even decided yet which queen they're going to have. Okay, so this is a violation of treason against me, a surrogate King of England, King William IV. Okay, so I'm saying to the Governor of the state of Victoria, Australia, you are about to commit a crime that I'm waiting for. That's why I'm ringing now, because I've sent you, Alex Churnov, Governor, Honourable Governor of Victoria, Australia. I've sent you an affidavit for you to refute me being the King of England, and you wanting to use and change your laws to swear your oath to Queen Victoria, where you came from in the first place, and abandoned her for Queen Elizabeth 1952, and then abandoned Queen Elizabeth to go back to Queen Victoria after 1901. You cut yourself off from Britain. They're not interested in you as much as I am as King William IV, surrogate King of England. Okay, so I've filled the spot of the vacant position of monarch in the throne of Westminster government and England. Okay, so I'm filling the void there, legally on paper, as the highest authority in the world on Devonport, land of King William IV, and Devonport, New Zealand, as being his other port of title to the land. So we are changing all the revenues, the King's Royal revenues from Queen Elizabeth IV, and all your states, your Commonwealth countries, your federal states of the world, and your state governments, getting a bill of 970 million trillion pounds in gold bullion set against the pound notes that you see on Facebook now, is admissible evidence in the High Court of Admiralty in London, Fettle Lane, Rolls Buildings, and also in the High Court of Admiralty in Devonport on King William Yard, as being the Parliament and Government of Britain, UK, there, 2015 and 2014 right now, declared and proclaimed before and today that he is the highest court of law in the world, the Admiralty of King William IV. The legislative acts, the pound note and its coins are now legal tender as levy debtor instruments against you, the state of Australia, governments of Victoria. If you go ahead, Alex Churnov, and use the monarchy and compromise it or jeopardise it or treasonise it by using it without authority of Westminster or myself as the indigenous, native, commercial, contract, trading bank, levy, creditors, business, partner, you face arrest or killing. That's what states on your documents. Read it. you put it online as being gazetted. Okay, gazetted today. So I give you 24 hours to reverse your decision, to use Queen Victoria as your monarchy while she is corrupted by Queen Elizabeth in joinder as accessories to the fraud. She was clean before the Rothschilds came along. After King William IV died, then in 1837 he died, and we're using the acts from 1830 to 1837, the Hanging and Chains Act, to hang you all and execute you, because we have the right to use them. They are institute law in the lower house of Commons in Westminster. I'm going there to put it in the upper house and put myself in there and get rid of the Lords. Okay, you don't need Lords when you got a king. So I am the King of England, making these statements quite clear to the whole world that I've got that position now as the head trustee in place of Queen Elizabeth, or now Elizabeth Windsor, CEO of her private companies. I am now the head trustee of Queen Victoria Trust Fund, Gold Trust Fund. Okay? So we're going to recover all that money against the pound note that we're going to print against you levy debtors. Alex, Churnov, in Australia, you get the bill. If you go ahead and pass and give the royal assent as a governor, that this governor over here, Jerry Mataparai, has no queen. You both have no queen, no authority to govern, and you're still governing without a queen in authority. And Britain hasn't got a queen now in authority, and there you are. You're going to try and jump over Westminster and make yourself a queen? No. No, no. That's treason. Okay, so I'm charging you. Today, I'm charging you for everything of what you're going to get. Out of the 970 million trillion in pound notes, gold, bullion, levy, you're going to get the bill out of that. I'm going to write it up to you if you go ahead with your decision to compromise me, the King of England, and compromise Westminster and the UK government and our natives here in New Zealand, the beneficiaries of Queen Victoria's Trust. We're seizing. We're seizing everything off you. The land, the resources, the patents, and everything derived from King William IV's jurisdiction of mortgages and Bank of England. Okay, we're seizing the Bank of England and Her Majesty's Treasury, or His Majesty's Treasury, HM Treasury. We're seizing everything, the castles, the lot, and everything in Australia, back to the people. Okay, we're splitting up all that what I recover from you back to all the people in the world. Okay, 5 billion out of 7 billion people. The 2 billion getting the bill is the elites. We give them a warrant to go and seize everything. Okay, that's what I'm saying. So now I'm going to ring Bruce Atkinson office in Australia. Try this time. Put a 3 in front. Here it goes. I hope you can hear clearly. I'll put it on here too. It's being recorded here.
The number you have called is not currently active or is invalid. Please check the number and dial again, including the area code. For example, for Christchurch, please use 03.
Oh, well, I'm going to try again. 0603.
The number you have called.
Okay. So, 61. I think I might have left out the 1. I'm always making a mistake with dialing numbers. Here goes. It's ringing.
I will contact you as soon as possible. Thank you. Record your message at the tone. When you are finished, hang up or press hash for more options.
Hi, it's John Wanoa in Auckland, New Zealand here. I've emailed some documents for Bruce Atkinson, the Legislative Council President, and he should be looking at them as soon as you can give them to him, while it is concerning opening of your Parliament, the 58th Parliament. And I just wanted to let you know that I am here, Surrogate King William IV, jurisdiction in Auckland, New Zealand, straight to Westminster in London, and I'm warning him, and as well as the Governor of Victoria, Churnov, not to use Queen Victoria as your monarch to Britain, UK, while there is no Queen Elizabeth there, has vacated the position that you cannot use Queen Victoria while Westminster has not made their own decision to elect another monarch when I've already claimed to be the King of England. Okay, so I want you to relay that message to him and to Elizabeth Fyffe, the Legislative Assembly Speaker of the House, today, that they have 24 hours from their decision making today that if they compromise Queen Victoria and jeopardise the Westminster Parliament and myself claiming to be the King of England, which is real now. We are going through that process to the voting of 5th of May 2015 elections of the new Westminster Parliament. We are operating out of Devonport in England as King William IV Parliament and Government, and also the High Court of Admiralty of there and the Rolls Building, High Court of Admiralty, Judge David Lindsay Mackey, and also the High Court of Admiralty of MOai Crown State Government here in Devonport, Auckland, New Zealand. Okay, so I've got this on Facebook. Everything's recorded. Please take note that I've already sent a letter to AFFIDAVIT to Churnov stating what I'm saying here. Okay, so that's all I want to say for now, and I'll wait for your call back, seeing it's a work day today and you are in business in Parliament. Thank you very much. My number is 0064 9368 4842, John Wanoa, W-A-N-O-A, and I am representing my native people here in New Zealand, and also King William IV in Britain, UK, and his flag of authority as the King of England. Okay, thank you very much, and don't forget to check your email, because they're in there, one to you, one to Elizabeth Fyffe, AFFIDAVIT, and one to Churnov, and one to Bruce Atkinson. Bruce Atkinson. Okay, thank you very much. Bye for now. It's today, it's 23rd December 2014. John Wanoa, legal, customary legal, advocate, court martial, private prosecutor, and King of England. Bidding you good day. There. So now we have recorded it, answer phone, as long as it's today. It's recorded on record. Take note what I said today in this video, going on Facebook as admissible evidence in the High Court of Admiralty in London, in the Rolls Building, Judge David Lindsay Mackey, and also here my QC lawyer and notary public, Yu Tayak Choi, and his law firm, and also Hickson's International Contract Lawyers, Pacific Islands, Australia, New Zealand and the world. Okay, so they're linked together. Troy works with Hickson, so there are our lawyers in contract now. He's got a contract with me, with the pound note that he gets paid out of, and also with legalising our documents to transfer the money in the pound note levy debtors instruments to the bank, the ANZ Bank, and Julie Sewell, the branch manager of ANZ Auckland, 205 Queen Street, Auckland, New Zealand. So I'm just making this statement and affidavit clear to you, people watching, that today I'm going up to see the two owners of 161 Cook Street, Auckland, to issue them with affidavit, 7 days to refute the title that I'm saying I'm King of England and I own the land. With the CT, Certificate of Titles, you see on Facebook now, I put them on there this morning, and these three in Australia have got those titles of Cook Street in their email. Okay, I've emailed them, they've been on Facebook long enough for them to notice not to use Queen Victoria on their land titles mortgage, which was created by King William IV. No mention of him anywhere to acknowledge his flag of the Declaration of Independence, 1835, you'll find is on their documents, 1835, that's all they mention. And something about the sailor boy and King of the Sea, sailor boy. That's all they say about him, yet he's the highest authority in the world of commerce, banks, and his money, his pound note and coins, his gold coins. We are now minting with legal authority as still in the lower house of Commons in Westminster, institute law, our authority to go into the upper house and take over as King of England without the Lords. Now you'll see on Facebook, Alex Salmon is going back into Westminster as from Scotland, saying they don't need the Lords anymore. He's correct. You don't need Lords. The House of Lords is there because no king is there. He's there, but silent. He's a silent king in the courts that put the Queen's Bench there and covered over the King's Bench, Royal Revenue. So I'm going there as the surrogate King's Bench authority that I'm just telling Victoria, government, state, where they came from and created their federal states and Commonwealth of Australia laws and governments from the original Queen Victoria, Melbourne, Prime Minister Melbourne from Britain, and got there from King William Yard, Navy Yard, the biggest in the world. At that time, I'm taking that property over after Cook Street. Okay, so I'm going to see those two, Simon Roundtree and James Brown, and physically give them the documents that makes me the owner of that land on behalf of all the beneficiaries of Queen Victoria's Trust that I'm going to seize when I go to England, and seize everything the Queen Elizabeth has corrupted of the King George the First, the Second, the Third, the Fourth, the Fifth, the Sixth monarchy line. She has corrupted it with Queen Victoria in it as well. So we have King George the First, the Second, the Third, the Fourth. King George the Fourth is King William's brother. Okay, King William Henry George. So they left him right off the George line because he wasn't one of them. He was a straight man, so he's left out in the clear. But when King George the Fifth came in, they had got rid of King Edward VIII and murdered him. This was the mafia, the start of the mafia of the Rothschild family. Okay, Evelyn Rothschild, you're going to get a bill and seize everything in England and here in New Zealand, all your property around the world. Your Bank of England will be seized back because you haven't got any authority to be in England on England soil, land now, while it's going through reformation, like how King William went through reformation of his Parliament in 1834, Reform Acts. Okay, so we're going to reform the whole lot back to his 1830 to 1837 Acts of Parliament of Westminster in the Acts of Devonport, William Yard, Naval Base, as his estate, then transferred and seized Westminster, the land estate, and seized Buckingham Palace estate and all the gold that's missing, back into the King's Royal Revenue. Okay, that's what the pound note's for. Okay, if you're wondering, you people, if you're wondering where there's a note, it's not a promissory note. Those notes you see, those pound notes you see on Facebook. No, they're real debtors' instruments of levy. The levy is the people who committed the fraud and got caught in it. So I'm just saying to you, Alex Churnov, Governor of Australia, and Jerry Mataparai, Governor General of New Zealand, where the hell do you swear your authority to when there's no Queen? She's a CEO. You can't swear your authority to a CEO, and neither can she abdicate. Okay, if she's thinking of abdicating to William or George, as Prince George, Prince William, or Prince Harry, or Prince Charles, in this case, they'll want to think they're going to steal King William IV and his Admiralty and his flag that we have, right? They're going to put Prince William thinking he's the Antichrist that's going to save the world. No, 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 we're going to hang him. He's got a hanging rope under King William's authority and Acts of Parliament that are already claiming to be the King of England. Now, around the world, on Facebook, that's admissible evidence in the High Court of Admiralty in London. We'll have a warrant on his head when we get there. And I'm doing all the documents from here, from U Tai Choi, QC lawyer, so it's no different from the lawyers around the world as QCs. So he's doing the QC side, I'm doing the King's side. The King's bench side, he's doing the Queen's bench side. He gets his authority from me, right? He's being paid in MOai pound, MOai King William IV pound notes and coins. He's being paid by me through the foreign currency account of ANZ Bank, converted to New Zealand dollars, okay, to pay him. Okay, so that legalises the pound note of King William's pound note. That's already there, and his coins, as being, was there in the first place. Okay, so we just claimed him, and nobody else has claimed him but us. We're the only ones that can claim him, and his authority, and all his King's Royal Revenue, from his King's Bench Court, High Court of Admiralty in Devonport, England, and Devonport, Auckland, New Zealand. Okay, so those are the two titles to King William and his monarchy. Sovereign, uncut, unsevered continuity of title. Your continuity, Alex Churnov and Governor of Australia, Melbourne, Victoria, and Jerry Mataparai Andrews, Governor General of New Zealand, you have no legal authority. Your monarchy was cut off, and your sovereignty was cut off by the Queen in 2008. I've got it all on record. Before she signed the Lisbon Treaty with the traitor Gordon Brown, Scotty, signed the treaty. On the Lisbon Treaty, they got rid of all the treaties and you and your sovereignty. Okay, so from that date, it's been illegal. You've been operating illegally with no Queen as head of state, because she was already operating private business as CEO, looking like a Queen, but a CEO. That's fraud, and it'll only take a monarch like myself and HRH Geoffrey Foley, Lord High Constable and Magistrate of Lochhaven Castle in Wales, King of England, to arrest him with his constable warrant. And I can arrest her myself with the warrant I've got on James Pierce Brown and Simon Brett Roundtree. Okay, so that's a warrant, arrest property warrant. Okay, we can, property is people, birth certificates, licenses, businesses, property, land, resources, everything that's made money using Admiralty, court-martial law. Okay, so that's how you got here. You got on the land by King William's authority, highest in the world, not Queen Victoria's authority. She was only a queen on the way through. It's cut off. Queen Elizabeth cut your sovereignty off. You've got nothing now. You've got a paddle without a boat. Okay? Paddle without a boat. Australia. And the title's here. That's why this title here is wide open to take the land and everything, because they cannot go above what I see now to the lawyer. Okay? So that's all I want to say today, other than I've completed that sending the emails to those three, and also the letter affidavit was sent 2 days ago with one affidavit to David Cameron, not to let Australia use and compromise Westminster Parliament. If he does, he gets hanged again 2 times. First time up, down, next one up, down. Okay, him and the Queen get hung for playing around with King William's titles. Okay, we have an inheritance right as the commercial contract partner to his titles and everything he's amassed in all of the royal revenue collected from 1830 to 2014, 23rd of December 2014. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Belongs to the King. Okay, so we are recovering and salvaging all of that inside 970 million, trillion pounds in gold bullion and cash of sterling pound denominations of land and everything of value as the collateral to these pound notes that you see as certificates. So Simon Roundtree and James Brown, you got 7 days till the 30th. No, you got till the 30th at 4 o'clock to refute my title to that land block. You're better off to just walk the other way and go and see your lawyer and get your money back. Okay, because we're on $1 billion, another $5 billion. We can do what we like as the King of England. Otherwise you have to deny that I'm the King of England, and everybody in this country has not refuted any of those affidavits, over 3,000 of them. If you refute one, you got to refute another. You got to go to England and go into High Court of Admiralty there. It's going to cost you a lot of money dicking around with kings. Okay, so commercial liens are lethal in the wrong hands, and if you cannot refute it, then you lose. You lose, and if you wait around, because my lawyer's coming back on the 12th, he'll get what result comes from what you say, and I'm coming to see you personally and hand it to you. If not, it's going to get emailed. Anyway, I'll come today, tomorrow, until I meet you. Okay? I'll meet you one day. I've heard you, James Brown, talking on the radio interview. You didn't seem very confident. In fact, you seemed shaky, nervous about something you're being mixed up with Len Brown and the council. Why would you pay $75 million for £35 million government valuation car park that the council of Auckland City Council owns on the waterfront, bottom of Hobson Street? Okay, so you should have bought it outright, but what happened? Because you're linked to Cook Street, fraud title. That's why Len Brown won't buy it, and you're trying to bribe him into saying here's the money for the rail link. Hey, I know you lot because I've been around for a long time in real estate. I know how real estate works, and I got a ticket as well. Right? I've got authority to use the titles against you. Okay? I know them back to front. And the British titles, and the Maori titles, and other titles that you are playing with and making money out of fraudulently. We're going to catch you all. We're going to catch one by one. We'll catch all of you, including the Parliament ministers. Chris Wilson, Attorney General, right? He's been waiting 6 years biting his nails till now. And ANZ's branch manager of 205 Queen Street, that's the big branch in New Zealand, she says to me, it's on video, right? None of them tell me, don't put me on there, don't put me on there, I don't want to get hung, right? Get hung, right? But she says to me this, like he says, oh, John, you're making a lot of people nervous. I said, well, I must be doing something right. And she says, yes, but the bank cannot foreclose the property for you. Oh, that's okay, she's pretty good. I got nothing against Julie Sewell. She's very good. She looked after me when I went overseas, and they did as much as they could. They only could do that much. But, guess what? I'm going to sell her £1 trillion note and less interest as the new central bank of the world. The King William, the British UK Pacific World Bank, in brackets, as the new King William IV MOai Crown pound note currency with our flag to go around the world to 250 countries in the world, free passage through the world. That's what they're supposed to be doing for us. So the Intuition New Zealand Limited Company changed its name from the New Zealand Business Round Table, right? The thundering change of something they're hiding. Right, we're going to investigate you and everything against the 970 million trillion pound notes and seize everything. Okay, once we take 161 Cook Street, you better watch out for the next property next year, because we've got sheriffs ready to go and check every property in New Zealand and the Pacific Islands and the world for that matter who've been using King William's Admiralty, Court Martial, mortgage lands, including America, will be stripped of that title. King George III took out a land over America through Washington DC corporation owned by Britain and the Queen, okay? But 1868, when Queen Victoria Fyffe, I'm telling a true story now about why Queen Victoria is corrupted in Australia, trying to use her as a monarch in Westminster. You're going right into a rat trap because she stole my MOai statue of East Island. That's my memorial, my flag of my native people from East Island, AOTEA or Rapa Nui, and AOTEA New Zealand is the MOai statue. Memorial for a title on land. He's buried deep in the ground to mark God's earth truth. Okay? We never have war, we never have fighting, we never have blood flying all over the place like the West. And you people who are using King William's IV Admiralty to shoot people and steal land. Okay? We're going to pull it all back into the people, the 5 billion people watching this video. Get this. If you join now or later when we go and get everything set up, it's your money we are recovering. The gold, the lot. Okay, so 5 billion people. The other 2 billion are the church and state. Queen Elizabeth, Evelyn Rothschild, and Pope Francis Jorge Mario Bergoglio, the Argentinian sorcerer, murderer, and Satan man. Okay, so he's running the racket in Rome, and the Roman law is overrun now by the King's law. Okay, because you know why? I better tell you. 7 years has lapsed since before the Queen signed the Lisbon Treaty. I had the affidavits on her and Gordon Brown and all the Parliament in England, and during her signing the Lisbon Treaty, after she signed the Lisbon Treaty, right up to the 1st of November 2014, it lapsed. That's when they took over Westminster Parliament and put 43 conditions of trade over them. They've gone and mortgaged them. Okay, so I'm gone and mortgaged them in the EU Parliament with the same 7 years of affidavits I've got, including the ones I've just put now, to Victoria State Government. Alex Churnov, the governor, I put it to him to refute that affidavit. So he'll never do, because he cannot. And so the 7 years we add that one to it, to make over 3,000 affidavits, unrefuted, the same authority as Queen Elizabeth, but she's no longer a queen of monarchy of Westminster, England soil land. She's now enemy, and Australia, Victoria, is enemy because they've got the spoils of her fraud money that's built them up from all that stolen wealth. Using our MOai statue, stolen, we're using the statue as stolen by Queen Victoria on the topaz, HM Topaz, while she was queen in 1868. She stole it and took it to England. It's standing in Queen Elizabeth's Great Court in the museum. Same over here, we've got a statue in Auckland Museum standing there. That's my title. That's my title there in England. And Brussels, there's another one there, the real statues of MOai. And in Washington DC, there's another one there. And New York, there's a statue there of MOai statue. That's the earth itself, earth god, spirit. That is the spirit missing, and they're using that to swear to God. Okay, now she's not swearing to God. Now Australia can't swear to God because there's no one there at the other end in England to swear to, and Queen Elizabeth is not there. Nobody's talking for her there. Only you stupid Australians are talking through a hole in your head and picking your queen as not your queen, and because she's linked as a niece to King William IV, she's not the authority above her to get her authority from. Where do you get it from? That's what I say to the judge here and the lawyer. That's what I said to Choi, Utai Choi. I said, where do you get your authority from? Who are you swearing the oath of office to? He couldn't say anything. So I said, oh, I'm swearing my oath of office to MOai statue, standing up here in the museum, memorial to God, God's face, God's grace, authority. And in England, to MOai statue, God's grace, face of spirit, there. So that's who I'm swearing to, and King William IV, man's law. God's law, Illawarra, MOai statue in London. That's the title. That's my Tahitian, Wanoa, MOai, Weta, native, indigenous title. Okay? On paper, locked in with King William, man's law, LAW, and his Act of Parliament. You see, all the documents are there to take title right off you. Okay? And everything that you've amassed, you have to prove your word, it's your word against mine. Okay? That's how it works. Affidavits, maxims of law. Maxims of law. Okay? Truth prevails. Sovereignty, truth prevails. Okay? So, whatever I say, you have to say no. If I don't hear from you, it's the law. Okay? It becomes law when you can't refute it. I've only given you 24 hours, Alex Churnov, to reverse your decision about Queen Victoria being your monarch to Westminster, otherwise you're going to get killed. That's what the words say, killed or arrested. Killed sounds better because you're going to have to learn the hard way of pirates. You're pirates. We can tell if you're a pirate because you'll choose somebody who's not there. Okay? Let alone be a thief of a memorial that's got title to God. The higher intellect. You stole. Now, with Rome and their fake pyramids and US dollar with the pyramid and the eye of it falling apart and a whole heap of rubble was bullshit anyway. You see what I mean? It doesn't last long because you stole it too off the Nubians, which is my DNA. My DNA is the same as the Nubian black man. right? My black Tahitian man has the same DNA at the time of 1830, straight to Nubians. I'm going there and I'll show you. I'll show you when I pick one of them, because I've got Irish in me, okay? The Rogans, the Cosgroves, right? That's the Irish side of me, of Englishmen on that soil land in England as first choice into Westminster to speak in Parliament. I know about parliaments, okay? I know about law because that's my family. The Cosgrove lawyers and the Rogans, land surveyors and judges, okay? That's us wrapped up. The Rogans, Dick Rogan married Kahaki Wanoa on the East Coast under these Auckland titles and British titles that I'm saying they should have put it on their Lynn's titles, the Australian titles in Melbourne and Victoria, on, they should have put my name on and Manukau's name on the titles. They didn't. They failed to put it on. That's an offence. That cuts them right off. I can go in there legally and seize the land back into me, okay? Just like that. And what can they do? Nothing, because there's no queen to go back to run to. Okay, she's cut you fellas off. And so I'm just saying one more time, that come the 12th of January 2015, January 12th, my lawyer, Tai Choi, will be back in his office. I take these documents to him about Cook Street. Why it's been taking so long? The people have patience to wait, because we're doing this in sequence of time events, locked in record. Okay? So that's what I'm doing. Lock this one to that person, to that person, to that person, and you'll come out with a result. They can't back out of it. They cannot back out of it. And there's fraud going on. That's why they reformed the LINZ, the Land Information, New Zealand, reformed their acts under the 1952 Land Transfer Act, because there was too much fraud, blue-collar fraud going on. That's when I was onto it, with me being in real estate prior to that, to know what I was doing. I learned a lot from real estate in Remuera, the most expensive place of houses in this country, and Epsom. Okay, so I was really, really into real estate at the same time as New Zealand First. I was a candidate in Epsom, Auckland, against Christine Fletcher. I should have won, but I didn't have the money. Gavin Logan did. He was the candidate. Brent Catchpole was Mount Roskill. You see, I know their names, and also Tuku Morgan and Tau Henry stuffed everything up, went to their head. Now what they are, nothing. Nothing. They gain nothing for Maoris but themselves, right? And I'm still going. I'm still going as politician, okay? And what they did was sold the Maoris out. You know why? Because Maori iwi belongs to the Crown. They're working for the Crown. They get the bill. You get the bill, Ngāti Whātua o Raki. You iwis get the bill. And all the iwis, the Runanga, Sanitau, up north, you get the bill because you're putting your hapus under a lot of pressure. Hapus are watching me. I'm not here for me. I'm here for them. I'm doing what I should be doing in the flag. Okay, I'm going to make the flag work for us, because it's very powerful when you know what to do with it. I'm going to have to go to England to live, right, on Devonport. I go there, after this 61 Cook Street, as soon as I get it, we're developing it, right? It's going up, straight away. Okay, we got the developers to do it. Okay, no trouble. Nothing new to me in construction, right? Me and my brother was in construction. When Mainville went down the tubes, because we were one of the main contractors for the concreting. Right? We were heavy lifting concrete in that time, big jobs, in the Parliament too. Okay, the earthquake. We were the earthquake. My brother had a contract down there, had a contract up here. He had a contract down there. The Parliament buildings to do all the concrete underneath the cushions on that building. It's going to shake down anyway. The earthquake, I know, 10.8 is going to knock the whole place out. You watch what I say. MOai is not far out now with things that are going to happen to shake the whole world up, because they're wrecking it with the fracking and also with the poisoning of the water, the atmosphere what we're going to do with these warrants, you people, and those people watching here in New Zealand, we're going to give you a warrant. Okay? No one's to use any of these documents because it's illegal to use them because you'll get hung or shot on spot, because that's what they are. We're going to take the Admiralty court-martial law off Obama. All the war stops. We're going to take it off everybody using Queen Elizabeth. Okay, her authority. She's the one giving it away. She's the one giving it away because she's making money out of it. Okay, out of leasing out King William and his authority. 50 years in the Navy to put all this acts together, the Bank of England acts together in his legislative acts. And what do? As soon as he dies, off they go with it. And the Rothschilds, you're real Satan people, and wrecking this will. Well, we're going to take it off you. That's what God says. It's not me talking, it's God. Okay, God, His law, His truth, and it belongs to the people. Okay, I'm here for the people of the world. Doesn't matter which country, I'm there to do a job. Okay, so all you people watching, get ready to take your claim. All you have to do is join up when the time comes. It's a timing thing. It's going to change from May the 5th, May 2015. I don't know which date, but Westminster, I'll be there. I'll be there with the new look Parliament, with all the pedophiles and all the jackasses gone, including Philip Hammond and David Cameron in there because of the EU. They're the treasonous people working inside Westminster to make sure it fizzles out. They're trying to destroy Westminster from the EU Parliament. You'll find that Russia, India, China and North Korea are going to flatten them. Flatten Rome. Israel, especially Israel, doing all the bad things in front of everybody. The violence of America, the FEMA camps, they've premeditated killing people, millions of people, and putting them in those coffins. They'll be ready for them when they get the warrants and all their admiralty taken off them. They won't have no power, and Obama will be hung straight away. They'll get a warrant to go and get it. Right? The British military will be paid in pound notes. Okay, I'm saying this now. The British military will be paid in pound notes to go after everybody that has stolen from them, the British people. That includes Ireland, Scotland, Wales and England. Right? I'm going there for England. If Scotty wants me to be a SNP member of the Parliament, that's King William is the King of Scotland, so whichever way. But I'm there for Rogans. They're Ireland, and so English. So I'll tend to go that way, or anyway, as long as it's England, Scotland, or Ireland. Because we've got a king for Wales, HRH Jeff Foley. He has a right to challenge me being the surrogate king of England. Okay? You know what I do? Step out of the way. Right? Because he's got a long line of kings of England. I don't have it, but I can, if I want to. If the people say so, I might be good. Well, who's to say? But the George family, out, off England. King George, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, off. Queen Victoria, out. Rothschilds, out. And Queen Elizabeth, out. Off the land, gone. Off back to Brussels. That's where she's gone, that's where they all go. Prince William, off, out. Whole family, out. Okay? Because Hewitt, that's Harry, different here, right? Mongol family, right? Screw this one and that, and screw Diana, and Juan Carlos, screw Diana, right? There's all these bad things going on in their family, and he's a Spaniard, right? He's Spaniard, and our head trustee was Queen Elizabeth of our Queen Victoria Trust, was Queen Elizabeth II, and the other trustees were Prince Andrew and the King and Queen of Spain. They are no longer the trustees because I'm sacked them. Okay, when I get there to England, I'll officially sack them. But I'm saying I've sacked them already and made myself the head trustee. They might not have any money in there when I get there to do an audit with Alex Hammond when he goes into Westminster as the leading authority of the biggest majority of the 4 states. Okay. Well, we got a Pacific one now, so we got 5 states going into Westminster. We got a new one that was already there in the first place with a flag. He's got the right flag with a red cross on it, but the black strip around the red cross of King George is to block out those King George the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. Blocks them out and leaves King William on his own George title. That's why it's got a black line. Okay, so I'm just telling the true story that we are the authority of England, okay, as native and indigenous. So those other people call themselves indigenous, Stonehenge and all that, yeah, right, fine. They are indigenous to England, and so we support all those people who are fighting for freedoms and fighting for their own sovereignty. They'll get this way. Okay, so those people watching in America, and Daryl Pinn is been supporting us, Sue and Sue Young in Dover, up there in England, and Matt Taylor, all you people, just wait there until I get there. I'll clean this property up, I'm over there, okay? Then we go to Devonport, sit over there, have a cup of tea, make things happen, and claim everything back. Okay, that's how you do it. That's how you do it. Clean car. Okay? We are the law. We are the law. If the other law is broken or corrupted, it is corrupted. Well and truly. And that is the end of it. So that's what I want to say now. Better before the thing drops off. I say Merry Christmas and very Happy New Year to all the good people, all the fraud people. Or I'm very sorry you could get a bill for your birthday present or your Christmas present. You get the bill. Okay? So thank you very much for this year watching me on Facebook. And those supporters have been sitting on the side waiting for shares. Everything tunes in at the right time. It's timing. It only was going to happen right now. It was never going to happen any other time. The battery's flat. Okay, so just telling you, the battery's flat. So thank you very much, people. Or it must be this one flat. We will see you in the new year, or if I make another video, I'll just say Merry Christmas again. If not after that, Happy New Year. Thank you very much, John Wanoa, Auckland, New Zealand. King of England. Yoza. Thank you.